It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got quite a special looking beer. It's a bottle of Guinness Antwerpen Stout coming in at 8% ABV. So an imperial strength stout from Guinness, and it's been described as a rich, robust stout. First brewed in 1944. It was for export from Dublin to Antwerp, and it says on the back of the bottle here that this 8% ABV stout has long been a secret pleasure among beer connoisseurs and indeed our own brewers who value the mouth-wateringly intensity of its roasted malt, smoked wood and dark chocolate notes. Not to mention its excellent and seamlessly endless finish. Since 1944 we have been exclusively exporting this same special stout from Ireland into Belgium through the vibrant port of Antwerp. So here's the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. So a bit of a historic beer then, and it shows you exactly where the market is going. I'll get to that in a moment. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. Beer in the glass then. Wow. Look at that. Lovely carbonation. Lovely jet black beer in the glass. One finger tan coloured head. Aroma. Oh, that smells incredible. Toffee, biscuit, caramel, vanilla. Vanilla oak. Wow. Chocolate, coffee, caramel aromas. This smells fantastic. Let's dive in. Cheers. 8% ABV. There's a definite woodiness to the beer. Most definitely. Good carbonation. The carbonation is the first thing you get really. It's kind of a little bit of a fizzer on the tongue. Then it goes over to wood, a woodiness, vanilla, chocolate, coffee, caramel. And if I'm perfectly honest with you, if you want me to be perfectly honest, which I am anyway, it's probably... It's got good body. It could just do with a little bit more. It could do with a little bit more body. I reviewed the Guinness Milk Stout about a week or two ago, and that had really, really good body to it. It was a really full-bodied stout, and I was very, very impressed with that beer from Guinness. Really impressed. I think that little bit of lactose that they've added to the Guinness Milk Stout, they probably could add to this particular beer. But I'm not standing here saying it's a bad beer. There's some fig, plum, fruit on the back end. Again, it's woody to begin with. There's some nice vanilla in there. Good carbonation. A little bit of a mouthfeel for a... Well, we're talking Russian Imperial Stout, strength beer. I suppose for me, I've just got used to the Scandinavian style Imperial Stouts, the American style Imperial Stouts, where they're big and fat and bold and creamy and dense, rich. This is, yeah, it's just lacking a little bit in the mouthfeel department. But other than that, there's enough going on for, I mean, what did I pay for this? I think I paid about £2.50, something like that for it. So in that regard, it's not too bad. Yeah, there's a little bit of black currant on the back end. There's some fig and plum and chocolate coffee caramel from the roasted malt. There's vanilla, there's wood. You know, it sounds fantastic. It is a fantastic beer, of course. I'm going to say it one more time and I'm not going to say it anymore. It's just lacking a bit of depth. It's lacking a bit of mouthfeel, creamy, dense mouthfeel. Maybe add some lactose or something to it, or just maybe a thicker malt build to get it to the mouthfeel you need. Maybe add some oats or something to it. Maybe, you know, try something a bit different. But I mentioned earlier about where the market is going. In the 7 years that I've been reviewing beer on YouTube, the market has changed dramatically. And I mean, it's shifted so fast, so quick. And I think big companies like Diageo, who own Guinness, have almost had the rug pulled from underneath them very, very quickly. They went from having a market of producing beers like Guinness Red. Remember Guinness Red? It was a buttery smooth Guinness that you could throw pints of it back. Then you had kind of Guinness Extra Cold, probably back 7-8 years ago, 9 years ago. All these extra cold beers, which I found terrible, to be honest. Terrible beer. To then the market shifting. It started off very small, you know, America, some parts of the UK, Scandinavia, Poland, of course, never went away in Germany or Belgium, Italy. So this craft scene sprung up very quickly around Guinness, and it's been a bit of a firefight, really. They kind of wondered, oh my God, what are we going to do with all of these kind of Orkney porters or these Speedway stouts? You know, everybody was peeing on Guinness's patch. So they wheeled out this secret beer that was always being sent over to Belgium, because, as I just mentioned, Belgium never lost its creativity. It never lost its beer culture. There was always a market for real good beer. So of course, if there's a market for it in Belgium, Guinness will send to that market to keep a foothold in Belgium. Do you get what I'm saying? Why would you buy a regular Guinness in Belgium if you can buy fantastic Belgian triples or some Gers or some, you know, some quads, triples? What am I looking for? Lambic, that was a word. Some beautiful cherry lambic or something like that. Why would you buy Guinness over that? You're just not going to do it, you. So the guys at Guinness thought, right, we'll send this over to Belgium, and that was their market, really. But of course, now that market from the craft market, as I was just talking about, has sprung up all over the world, and now they're selling it in Tesco's in Barry, where I live. So, I mean, it just shows how quickly it's evolving and changing. And I don't think we're there yet. I don't think it's evolved as much as it will. I think it'll carry on evolving. It'll just keep booming. And I think it'll swallow up, eventually, all of this mass-produced rubbish that we see still quite a few people drink from the massive corporate companies, you know. I'm not looking away from you, Diageo. I mean, you're part of that. You are part of that. But I suppose, yeah, going back to it, craft has passed. This was the beer that they were sending to Belgium. Craft has surpassed even this beer that was selling in Belgium. So maybe a little bit more work to do, Guinness. Maybe not back to the drawing board. I thought your Guinness Milk Stout was spot on. I thought that was fantastic. But for an 8% beer, it's just not enough body. There's just nowhere near enough body for me for this style of beer. I'm going to rate it. Looks good in the glass, smells good, tastes fantastic, to be honest, if I'm perfectly honest. It's just lacking mouthfeel. I'm not going to take too many marks away for it lacking in mouthfeel, because although it's important to me, it may not be that important to you, yeah? What do they call them? Dry Irish stouts. Irish company, dry Irish stout. It might be just my palate. I prefer a big, thick, rich, dense, creamy stout at 8% if you're going to brew a stout at 8%. So, rating for me, I think I'm going to give this... It's still worthy of an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.